Michelle and Jim Bob Duggar divorced after a long marriage. Reports indicate that Jim Bob is in a secret relationship with someone, and it's dismantling the nuclear family. The sudden eruption of familial tensions and whispered betrayals in this Duggar drama caught fans completely off guard. Be sure to come back later as we unveil the hidden truth behind the headlines and the implications it holds for the future of the Duggar dynasty. Michelle and Jim Bob Duggar, the unstoppable power couple of the Duggar family, are allegedly living their separate lives, which is a stunning development. After decades of marriage, countless children, and a reputation built on Christian morals and family unity, this unexpected split has supporters going into a frenzy. After Michelle showed signs of being uncomfortable at several recent Dugg family gatherings and in public photos, stories began to circulate online regarding Jim Bob's alleged isolation from the children. Family sources say the couple has been quietly working through their marital problems behind closed doors. And now there are disturbing whispers that Jim Bob has a secret girlfriend. The increasing amount of time Jim Bob has been spending away from the family's Springdale home has sparked concerns about his whereabouts, according to insider reports and internet disputes. He's been seen with the same woman multiple times, not Michelle, said a Reddit poster claiming to live close to the family. Not to mention that they weren't exactly conducting themselves in a professional manner. Because the Duggars have a long history of carefully managing their public image, fans are taking these unsubstantiated claims very seriously. Jim Bob has long advocated certain values on public television, and the idea that he might be having an extramarital affair goes against those values. The rumors have been reinforced by Michelle's unusual silence. She hasn't posted any family update or birthday wishes recently, which is unusual for her. Her absence was pointed out by astute followers who noticed that she was missing from recent photos honoring family milestones like the birth of a grandson. Michelle is heartbroken, but keeping things quiet for the kids and grandkids, according to a source. Preventing such a controversy was not her goal. Because of this supposed division, the Duggar children have been impacted. Several of the older Duggar children allegedly know what's going on because they've already broken away from the strict family rules. Reportedly, some are lending a hand to their mom Michelle, while others are struggling to make sense of what this means for their family tree. Their parents' marriage was seen as an exemplar of a moral partnership according to their upbringing. This news is a huge setback for that reputation, one individual informed. A Duggar divorce. The phrase separation is starting to pop up more often in Duggar community-related online forums, even though a formal divorce has not been publicly announced. For a household where getting a divorce has always been considered an extreme measure, this would be catastrophic. The relationship has always been portrayed as one of steadfast submission and unity, and Michelle often publicly commends Jim Bob for his leadership. Still, gaps in the immaculate facade have grown wider as more truths about Doug have come to light over the years, such as Josh Duggar's legal issues, money disputes, and public tantrums with some of the children. Now what? The audience is waiting for Jim Bob or Michelle to make a comment or drop a subtle hint, so they're watching everything closely right now. The Duggar family, though, is clearly undergoing a dramatic transformation. They were formerly regarded as the model of conventional family life. Whether this purported separation leads to reconciliation, a permanent split, or a bigger scandal is still to be determined. Nonetheless, the invincibility of the Duggar legacy has been compromised, and the truth may be more complex than anyone had imagined. Looking to land, the recent Supreme Court ruling in Josh's favor has piqued the interest of many in Jim Bob Duggar. The first child from Duggar to be apprehended for CSAM occurred in April 2021. Prison time has accumulated to 12.5 years for him. Along with his father's support, he has also done several things to try to turn his situation around. But there is too much evidence against him, and it seems he can't do anything about it. Some Redditors, though, claim that Jim Bob may do a final stunt. What happened to the most recent appeal that Josh Duggar made? Josh has been exerting tremendous effort in his pursuit of an appeal. In February, the former counting on star went to the Supreme Court with a certiorari, which is a petition for a higher court to review a decision made by a lower court. Caleb Williams should also be considered a possible suspect, according to Josh's legal team. Following the Supreme Court's rejection of Josh's appeals, Fans wondered what Jim Bob would do next. Jim Bob will play the final card after Josh rejects. Following the denial of Josh's appeal by the Supreme Court, some Redditors speculated on Jim Bob's potential next move. The Billboard asserts their curiosity about how a lamb's reliance will repair his brand. The Reddit user has spent a lot of money defending his son, even though many posters think Jim Bob Duggar hasn't tried his last trick yet. If Jim Bob's lawyers are found to have done anything wrong, then others say he will start blaming them. But there are many who think Jim Bob's image is beyond repair, especially since some of his children have started opening up to him about their troubled past. Based on a post by one of our charming legal trolls, their last resort is to contend that the trial was biased due to the misconduct of their lawyers. The next thing King Duggar would do is try to get a mistrial by blaming his lawyers. Someone mentioned today that if he changes lawyers, he could be accused of having a weak legal team and facing an appeal. I don't think he's capable of much. The public views Doug's brand as unlikable and hopeless when it comes to television and politics. His best bet would be to let the Duggars vanish into nymphdom and private life. After hearing the case and demanding an immediate release, did Jim Bob really believe that he would receive that magical phone call, be asked to sign contracts, and witness the return of the film cruise trucks and catering truck to Crazy Acres driveway? Those who back Jim Bob Duggar think he's been trying to shift the focus. Furthermore, rumors have claimed that Jim Bob has been trying to deflect focus away from the multiple controversies in which he has been embroiled. In April, Jessa Duggar shocked many with her sudden social media eruption. It was allegedly part of Jim Bob's plot to cover up something, according to several fans. After an absence of over 2 years, Janet's comeback to social media also brought her some peculiarities. Several Redditors have speculated that Jim Bob Duggar is trying to deflect interest from the second season of Shiny Happy People, where the Duggar family may make an appearance again. Thanks to their reality show, 19 Kids and Counting, the Duggar family has always been in the public eye. Michelle and Jim Bob Duggar were long held in high esteem as the model of a conventional family, admired for their numerous children and apparently ideal marriage. Nevertheless, their devoted fan following has been rocked by recent news. Reportedly, Michelle and Jim Bob Duggar have split up, and shocking revelations about their relationship are now trending in the media. Many Duggar fans are still reeling from this most recent development, even though they are no strangers to scandal. The Duggars presented an image of steadfast faith, a loving family, and an unbreakable marriage for a long time. According to recent sources, Michelle and Jim Bob's relationship has been quite difficult, and they have decided to separate. The Duggar children and the once close-knit family dynamic are sure to be rocked by this news, which will affect both the matriarch and patriarch of the family. The split is only the tip of the iceberg, though. An even more disturbing development is the possibility that Jim Bob Duggar was covering up a connection. Claims surfaced that he has had an affair outside of his marriage to Michelle. Not only has this information shocked viewers, but it has also cast doubt on the meticulously maintained image of the Duggar family. Rumors about Jim Bob's secret lover have circulated like wildfire, with some claiming that she is someone he has known for some time. Is this the true reason why his marriage to Michelle ended? The public's perception of the Duggar family was largely based on their adherence to traditional values like his faith, loyalty, and family. Many are curious about what happened behind the scenes when Jim Bob and Michelle's split destroyed that picture. What happened to the couple that caused them to fall from grace? They were once the rock of a conservative, religious society. Questions concerning the impact of public scrutiny and celebrity on reality TV stars' lives are also prompted by the revelation. Was their marriage affected by the stresses of being constantly filmed and photographed? Graceful Michelle Duggar has been silent on the split and the accusation of infidelity. After all the years of public devotion and love she had with Jim Bob, her fans are understandably concerned about how she is handling the news. The more she has remained silent about the incident, the more suspicion there has been. Many of the Duggar children are now adults with families of their own. What does this imply for the remaining children? When the very fabric of their family begins to crumble, how will they manage? With their public image now irrevocably changed by this devastating turn of events, the future of the Duggar family appears doubtful at this moment. Those who looked forward to the Duggars because of their moral, family-oriented way of life are now having to face the reality that lies under the surface. How will this affect the Duggar family's legacy, and will they ever be able to mend the fences that have been ripped apart? What happens next is anyone's guess. But at this point, it's obvious the Duggar family is experiencing a tragic and turbulent period that nobody anticipated.